Hello everyone, welcome to Drumfills Café. Welcome to a new episode. Today we have a fantastic guest, we have Miss Giulia Lazzarino from Italy. She's a fantastic drummer. She's a recording artist. She records for major Italian and European cinema company, both as a drummer and also as an orchestral musician. She's also a touring drummer. She toured with different artists. She plays at the Ralph Angelillo Drum Fest in 2022. So a couple of you guys probably have seen her played over there. She's also, that one is hard to say, a propaieutic and rhythmic teacher, which I'm not exactly sure what that is, but we're going to check with her. And she's working on her EP at the moment called Funktasia, which is 10 funk original songs. So she's working on that at the moment. She's sponsored by Minor Cymbals since 2013. But before we're going to go talk with her, actually, I just want you to make sure that you follow Drumfills Café, whether on the website, drumfillscafe.com, or on all our different platforms, whether Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. So give those pages a like, a follow, subscribe, and enjoy the material that's there, most importantly. So without further ado, let's welcome our guest for today. So there you go. Hi, Giulia. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thanks. How are you too?
Doing fantastic. Thank you for your time. Thanks for being on the show. We really appreciate it. This is great.
Thanks to you for your time. Thanks for your interest in my musical activity.
Our pleasure. Sure, we're going to have a great time. So you're in Italy right now, right? You're born and raised in Italy, and yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Where about? Which area?
I'm in the area of Rome, and right now
Nice.
I'm in Rome. I'm in my hometown, and I'm just enjoying some Christmas time.
This is brilliant. This is great. Never been to Italy actually, but that's clearly on my bucket list soon because just look.
You have to. You'll be my guest.
There you go. We'll make it happen. For sure. Great. Let's talk about drumming for a little bit. How's everything started for you? Because you studied classic orchestral classic percussion, if I'm not mistaken, right? As well as drum kit, because you played both instruments.
It comes lately. I started my beginnings was really troubled because I started at 17 years old. So I was clearly old, an old girl that discovered our magic instrument at a really strange age. So I was nothing than a curious student that was, oh my God, what is this? What is that? Mm-hmm. So I started like a self-taught musician. And then I started discovering and listening some great recordings and some of our great orchestras. Like we had one, the very best one, Ennio Morricone, you know?
I don't know.
That he was the great. If you have enough time, let's check Ennio Morricone, and you started seeing his listening and see, because he was a very big master, master, orchestral director, composer. He wrote the legend about Italian composers, and I was very shocked by his music, so shocked about him. And so I started exploring the various applications of the drumming and the drumming systems and drumming languages. I started, of course, like the teenager I started drumming the teenager banging on that instrument. And then I started studying.
Okay. You started as a rebel, maybe a little bit kind of thing.
I was very rebel.
Yeah. Like we all were, actually, and still are, most of us. Brilliant. Yeah. So you studied with teachers in Rome, in Italy?
I started with some teachers in Rome privately,
Okay.
and then I moved like public music school, and then at the young age of 13 years, I went to the conservatory and I tried the admission test. And with big surprise, I was admitted. That was okay. So I entered the conservatory, and I was studying jazz, mainly jazz.
Nice. Because you're touching all styles, right? You're playing big bands, orchestra, music, rock, funk.
Exactly. I really like it. It's my kind of application music. I'm really versatile, so I can play from pop, since big band, since orchestra, and then my main area of drumming application and educational is film music, sonorizing, and film music mainly.
Nice,
basically.
nice. Cool. Let's talk about that film music, because you played from on loads of soundtrack on big film, for Italian film, European film. Talk to us about that. How that started, how that all started, and what was the process of all of that?
It was a strange process, even because I've been in a big here in Rome we have a big recording studio named Digital Records, and he mainly mixes and produces some film orchestra soundtracks for the main TV shows, and they work with the Prague Orchestra, so they can show you from the whole process that starts from producing to mixing to realizing, and you if you are lucky enough, you can listen to. And then I was led there because I was listening to a great drummer here in Italy. I was big fangirl of. I was just fangirling him. And then I started a new job, casually started a new profession. I discovered this kind of profession. I said, oh, wow, this is the big screen. You have your music charts, you enter into the music box, and then you have the conductor, and on the other side of the room, you have the orchestra. That was beautiful. So I fell in love with that. Nice. I started studying about that. I started asking 10,000 questions about what does it work, what it is, I want to do that forever. And then came my opportunity 1 year later, because he told me if I was interested into playing some fan fiction here in Italy. And we have some TV networks, and he told me, would you like to play on there? I said, wow, me? Oh, yeah, I can try too. That went good, and here I am.
Nice. But you see, it's really good that for 1 year you were there and you were just asking, as you said, 10,000 questions, because that's really how you learn it.
Yeah.
Ask. And then once your opportunity came, then you were prepared, and then there you go, you nailed it.
Exactly. Nice. But your preparing is not an immediate process. It's not like snapping and you got prepared. You have to listen to the very best composers. Like I was into London Film Orchestra. I was into Hans Zimmer. Everything of the tracks, I analyzed every kind of track by Hans Zimmer. John Williams. I started learning the most famous marches, like the Star Wars trilogy. Mm-hmm. And then 1 year later, I performed with the John Legend Orchestra here in Italy. He came to tour here in Italy. And then our Soundtrack City Orchestra did open for him. And I had the most famous marches playing on the snare drum. So that was cool. That was useful to listen and study about them.
Nice. This is brilliant. And how do you connect? Because this is so important, to be able to play different style, like big band, orchestral music, pop music, funk. How do you connect the dots between all of them? Or rather, just talk about people how important that actually is to open your mind to different style of music and different working scenarios and opportunities, and how one is going to help you out in the other one, and back and forth. Just told us a little bit about it, if you don't mind, please.
Exactly. There is a strict connection between the whole things, because you can't be, if you want to work with music, And in my opinion, if you want to work with music in 2023 or 24, you have to be extremely versatile. So you can't say, I am just an orchestral, I am just a drummer, or I am just a girl who doesn't want to know anything about audio mixing, SP production. So I started studying something I didn't know about that. So I asked it to the record man, is a dear friend of mine now. We are talking about 7 years ago. It happened 7 years ago. And I asked to this guy, this great guy, I asked, can I stay with you when you are producing, when you are mixing, when you are talking to the artist? And I see, so I can see and learn from the whole process, and I can make it how does it figure to me? And he said, oh yes, of course, because he was very happy to say, listen to that, because anyone does this. So especially drummers sitting as drummers just want to play drums and have fun and stop. And that was very curious.
No, but it's so cool that you're very true, actually. Sometimes, like as drummer, I guess, especially we tend to limit ourselves to that one thing. And I was definitely guilty of that for a long period of time. But it's really cool to open your mind to mixing, to the orchestral music, to
mixing,
every
producing,
style. Exactly. So try to wear
how does it figure it? How does it make? How these kind of things just makes it happen?
Yeah.
What is about to record 18 elements between cellos, violins, and then me. How does it work to make a timpani recording? What's the main difference between a snare classical recording or a timpani recording, marimba recording? There was a whole universe behind that. So I started learning what does it mean, and I started learning which kind of sounds do they need to do
that you need to provide for them, basically.
Exactly.
That's brilliant. That's awesome. That's cool. So now you're doing like on a regular basis. You're like full time working with this orchestra, basically. You guys are producing different.
Basically, there was my working area since 2020 behind the pandemic mood. Then it drastically reduced the amount of work just because orchestras, they couldn't record all together. And so they started doing it separately. Then they start making it happen again. But they were just few. And it was some kind of slow process, but here we are again, finally.
That's good. Getting back to it. Cool. That's brilliant. I was reading your bio actually in the last few days to prepare for that interview, and you've done so many different things. So that's really cool. So that's one of your aspect of your career. Another one is you're also a touring drummer. So you play with different artists as well, different style, or pop, jazz, funk.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes, I started playing pop because here in Italy we mainly work with pop music.
Okay.
So I started with pop. I started making also another very interesting marketing segment here in Italy is commercial. So if you are photogenic enough to figure into a spot or into a commercial, you will be called to perform too. So my last week, I made a spot. And I have to dance too. So
you're not just playing. So you play.
No, I was playing and dancing. So that's many opportunity to do something new.
Okay, well that's cool. Do you like it?
I like it so much. I had so much fun, even if not. Of course, I'm not a dancer. But I had to learn 24 measures choreography that was very cool and very matching to what I'm doing or on the writing, because they were dancing on my writing and I was dancing on my writing. That's so cool.
Wow, well, that's great, and it's also the same idea that you were talking about, like the mixing, producing, the sound, different instrument, different style of music. So now you have the composing part of the drum, playing it itself, and then dancing and having people dance to it. So it's still the same making connection principle, if I can say so. That's really nice. And also,
exactly.
Dancing and drumming are really connected. We're obviously,
Yes,
it's very, very connected.
they are strictly connected. And I also play into a big band who mainly works with Lindy Hop dancers. And so they are the swing dancers. They are freaking crazy beasts. I love them. I really love that choreography. I don't know how they do that, but they are freaking beasts.
Wow. And they have choreography, specific ones, or do they improvise as you guys are playing the songs?
They are both ones. They are able to improvise, and they are their own choreography. Because if you play with the orchestra that leads to the festival, things I did with my ex big band, you have the choreography. If you are doing some freestyle, some jazz, they have to improvise. But they are incredible.
That's nice. That's so cool. Well, that's the entire concept of music, actually. It's just to play for people so they can dance, have a great time. So now you have it in a live setting, which is absolutely really cool. Nice. And of course, you played, as you know, I'm from Quebec. The team from Drumfills Kafé is from Quebec. You played there. You had the incredible chance to play there last year at the Ralph Angelillo. So talk to us a little bit about that.
You want to know about my playing? About
You're
the tracks?
Playing over there? What did you play? How was the feeling? Or did they approach you? How was your experience?
Oh, cool. That is incredible. I had an incredible experience, of course. I can actually say I had the time of my life, really, because it was incredibly cool. And I met the most extraordinary drumming community ever. The Canadian one. I've been very, very good with them. Very special people. I had the greatest support I had in my career, in my whole career. I never had so many support from people. They were warm. They were so nice. In fact, I'm in touch with most of all of you guys. Thanks again for having me there. I love you. I love your community. I love your capability to make network, to share. I really enjoy this kind of aspect there in Quebec City. I do not have this in my country, so I gotta learn. Oh wow! I said to myself, wow, I got a lot to learn from these people because everybody was super kind, super fun, super friendly. I said, wow, I wanna stay there. Thanks, Ralph. I wanna stay there.
You would be welcome. You would be welcome. Funny enough, actually, it's the same community, but not the same, but this big community that we have here on DFK. So it's, a lot of people are at that drum fest as well. So we applaud this incredible community. It is great.
You are bloody incredible. You are bloody incredible. Really, really cool guys. I talked a lot with Rick Boudreault. And I met him there. Then
he's an incredible drummer.
Incredible drummer. I saw his performance and I was like, oh, wow. And he kindly sent me another educational tool, very, very cool, his book. I love the book, how it is structured very well, because its exercises were very progressive, and I can use them from beginners to intermediate to professionals. So it's a great educational tool. I really appreciated this gift. And so then I had to play. Then the day after, I had to play, and I was like, oh my God. And people was incredible to me. They were clapping. They were, oh yeah, let's go, Giulia, you're super. And I was like crying. Oh my God, I will be crying. And Ralph was exceptional. Ralph was really, really cool. During my presentation, he said, be kind because she is very, very sensitive. She can make you cry. And I cried, of course.
But that was tears of joy.
Yeah, there were tears of absolute joy. Yeah, so I was looking at the Palais Montcalm like, oh my God. And I was crying. Then, jokes apart, I got the greatest time of my life. Then, music and drumming talking. I performed 3 tracks. I arranged and performed with my trio, the PDB trio. There was I played with an exceptional organist and keyboard, piano, and composer named Primiano Di Biase. He is from here, from Rome area.
Okay.
And our bass girl is named Sara Lani. Okay. She's a very, very good bass player. And we enjoy the trio. We play together since 2020 because we fought the pandemic, like playing, producing. And then we are trying to make it this EP coming soon. We are still working on the tracks. And we play these three tracks, named Piano Inclinato, named Petrica. There was a 7/8 song, like something like Balkan. Was really that was a mix between a Balkan track and a Greek song, a traditional Greek song. So I had the clapping, and you guys, you Quebec guys, did clap so perfectly. I was like, wow.
Well, it's a crowd full of drummers. That's the thing.
Yeah, all drummers. There was perfectly.
Normal crowd, that would be probably
no.
Story, but...
Exactly. They were just clapping. But the clapping was not easy to a non-drummer guy. There was like, and the whole Pelé Moncau was sounding together. It was perfect.
That's great. That's one of the rare occasions when a crowd can actually clap together, and it is together because you need a crowd of drummers for that. Because most of the time, that's going to be, especially if it's in 7, that's going to be a catastrophe. But anyway, so that's
exactly.
Great. So when are you coming back to Quebec then?
Oh, I hope I can. I'm working on coming back the next year, 2024.
Oh, nice.
I'm talking with Ralph too, because I have to visit again Ralph, because Ralph is here in my heart. This is my heart. This is Ralph here.
It's
and
phenomenal.
So I have to. Yes, what a businessman, what a soul. He really changed my life in so many ways. He changed my mindset, my approach. He gave me, can I say met, but we start talking in about 5 years ago. Okay. And he wrote me every single day from Quebec City. I was in Rome. He wrote me like the best friend I ever had. He wrote me every single day. He talked with me. We did exchange some point of views. We just talking about music business, music scene. He told me something about your beautiful country, Canada. And then I start sending him so many videos, my material. He started listening to me, and he said, "Oh, wow, I guess you can play to my stage." And I thought he was joking. They're like, "Ralph, don't joke, please. Okay, we love each other, but don't joke." But he really believed in me, and that makes the difference.
No, because, but of course, you're a really, really great player, of course. 100%.
Thank you so much.
No,
but I was at a point of my career, I wasn't really believing in myself, because here in Italy it's not so easy to have a music career, to get a job in music career. And so I was like, okay, maybe I should continue to do what I was doing before, because I am also a veterinarian too. And so I guess.
Wow. Okay.
I guess.
That's
I don't know if I have
completely different career, by the way, but that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I told Ralph maybe
a different mentality, I guess, from both cultures. So.
Yeah, so different, but I was able to make themselves melting, because I ride, so I'm a horse rider, and so horse is totally rhythm, is full of rhythm. Horse riding is the rhythm. So the horses walk is rhythm. They are quarter notes. The trot are half notes. So there is a full word full of rhythm into horse walking and biomechanics. So there is a great melting pot.
That's crazy. I've never seen horses as quarter note and eighth note and triplets, but that's a fantastic way to
yes,
look at it.
gallop.
I mean, I guess
the gallop are triplets.
Yeah. It's very true, actually. Yeah. Okay, that's a new way to look at it, but that's interesting. And also, I need to ask you about that thing. I'm probably going to completely ruin the name, but you're a propedeutic and rhythm teacher.
Yes, that's right.
What does that mean? Propedeutic. What exactly?
It's a kind of word that I am the girl, the figure who leads children who prepares children to learn the whole music thing. So I start from rhythmic games or neuro coordination games. Then
so very
I introduce them.
Very young, right?
Yeah, very young kids, like from 3 to 6-year-old. And nice. I working with a little class, my little classrooms, and I introduce them to writing games with boombox or clapping games or body percussion, and then I introduce them to. I use a method, a very very cool method. I don't have here with me, but it's very cool. It's basically like sign languages. So if they can see the figure, this is the figure, the dot. They are learning that dot means clap, and then the X means shh.
Okay.
And so I start clapping, and I start introduce them to this kind of rhythmic games.
Cool. And that way, because kid, you cannot go with a 3-year-old kid and this is a triplet. This is 16. You cannot go with a 3-year-old kid like a traditional approach, because it's
exactly. Especially, I train the special kids.
Oh, okay.
So or some maybe physically impaired, or guys that can fully read the writing as it is written. So I have to show them the dot, the cross, and then I make them. Okay, let's put it together. The cross, the notes, the sh.
Wow.
And then they are reasoning. They are reasoning by themselves, and then we approach then the rhythm as it is.
Through this system, I'm very curious about that. Yeah. So interesting. Is it a system that you created, or someone you studied how to teach those rhythm to those kids? Or is it a method that you followed, or you just came up with that? You just created it, basically.
About 3 years ago, I joined a course here in Italy, named Orff Percussion. That was something mainly direct to kids, to propedeutic, to rhythmic games, and I was followed by a great guy named Libero. That he wrote this kind of approach, and the very cool things of this kind of approach with kids is that you can personalize as you would like to. So we can add bucket drumming, we can add boomwalkers, we can add bongos, we can add clapping or just singing. That's very cool, very intuitive mechanism that takes the kids to learn faster and get to the rhythm as it is written so fast.
So because eventually you make the connection between the dots, the cross, and the actual notes as we would read it. This is real. And I'm convinced that it also really helps them in other areas of school, whether it's mathematics, whether it's social interaction, whether it's Italian studies.
Mainly, exactly. You caught it great. It helps them in social interaction. It helps them in proprioception, because I have, for example, I had 2 kids. They weren't able to clap. They weren't able to clap or physically, to stomp physically. They weren't able to put together the stomp and the clap. For example, I make them to play "We Will Rock You" as it is played by the Queen. That is boom boom clap, boom boom clap. Okay, stomp stomp clap. They weren't able to do stomp stomp clap.
Okay. But through
so that's
this
a
system,
particular approach. Yeah, through these systems, I make them to reason about the structure of the song, and they went together. They went to put it together and learn the proper song. They learn to stomp and clap, and they learn to put it on the drums.
Wow.
Therefore.
Wow. This is brilliant. This is fantastic. Actually, this is very, very interesting. Can talk about those things for hours. Actually.
Well, really.
Yeah, this is amazing because you connected something. You know, you make a connection between what did a system that this man created, and now transitioning it to the system that we all know and use, which is stomping or clapping or reading, or it's absolutely fascinating. But talk about your own education, because you studied drum kit as well, right? You said you studied privately, but I read in your bio that you also studied in California and in Canada, which I'm curious about. So talk to us a little bit.
You're in Canada during the very fabulous day, because I spent in your beautiful country about 3 weeks, because I was my main purpose was to explore the whole universe, to connect with your community and learn whatever I could. I stopped at a booth, the booth of a great guy. I saw this guy and I was like, wow, you sure know Pat Jean.
Pat Jean, yeah, he's a friend of mine. Yeah, he's a great dude. Yeah, great educator. Yeah.
Pat. Yeah, I stopped at a booth of Pat, and I was, oh my God, this guy has the most fantastic hands technique I ever saw in my life. So we started chatting. We fastly connected, and he's great guy, great guy,
yeah,
very, very
fantastic,
great guy. They're a beautiful soul, and so he started talking to me about his method, his emotion. So I started talking about emotion, with the Moeller. I fully use the Moeller. I teach my students about Moeller. I introduce them to the Moeller, of course, from full to middle to low. But I fully use the Moeller. And I was like about the perfectioning of the whole aspect, the fulcrum, the balance point. I was fully interested between the difference between a balance point and gripping point. And so we started to discuss about them. The day after the festival, he was, of course, he was in first row to hear me, and I was like, oh my God, wow. And then he invited me, and my friend Marco was with me, who was with me the whole days, to his studio, and I had a full lesson. He offered me a full lesson, the whole day lesson.
Nice.
And we had the lunch together. We had a whole day together. It was super fantastic.
Is he a good chef? Is he a good chef? Is he cooking good?
Yeah, he's a good chef. He cooks good. Yeah, it's a really good chef.
Nice.
But that day we were hurrying, so he didn't cook because we had not enough time to make
it. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, loads of drummer to see. And making a joke in the process, but this is great, and Pat is fantastic at teaching these concepts, and these concepts are so important. It's so important to study. So this is great.
Exactly. So
sorry,
he started to. Can I?
Of course.
Sorry. Because I had a lag, so I'm sorry. That's a lag on StreamYard. So, I'm sorry. Didn't want to interrupt.
No worries. Go ahead.
Okay, then we had the lunch together. We had a full lesson at his studio, and then when I came back to Italy, 3 weeks after of the festival and the whole magic time I had there, he sent me the whole video course. So about 10 lessons about everything. It was great, really, really great. Nice. It was 10 lessons, about an hour and a half of lessons, and then I am still studying that lessons because I want to keep them.
No, but it's something that you need to study for all your life.
Yeah,
basically,
to study.
Get back to all the time. And yeah. So it's 10 lessons of 1 hour each, or a package of an hour and a half? I mean,
1 hour each.
Each, okay, wow, okay, that's a lot of stuff, yeah.
Each, yeah,
That's
that's
brilliant.
a lot of, it's a great amount of time. And
Nice.
he made me like a gift. He said, "You deserve this gift. I want to do this gift." And so I was crying, of course. I cry. I always cry.
This is great. This is a great gift right there. This is awesome.
It's a great gift, and my main intention is to create a network in which Pat can come here and demonstrate the whole process to my audience, to my people.
Of course, that would be brilliant.
I would like to open a door for Pat. My idea is in the next future is open a door for Pat here in Rome, here in Europe, because it's great.
This is so awesome. That's the cool thing about the drumming community. So now you come from Italy with all your experiences and your knowledge and everything, and now you share with Pat, and now he's gonna in the future go there. So it's all about sharing and helping each other and making the entire community growing. Not only this fantastic one of DNK and the Canadian people and American, but also European and African, Asian, whatever. Everybody, like every drummer, to just grow all together. And this is really cool.
This is so cool.
It is. And you said you studied with some in California as well, or with people from California. I'm curious about that.
Yeah. Mr. Thomas Lang just taught me some very, very cool things because Mr. Thomas Lang was, he was my door opener, keys blocker. So he was great. I discovered the whole universe I totally was ignoring. So I went to his Bonanza. I went to the NAMM show.
Oh, nice.
Because I met Thomas about 11 years ago here in Italy when I signed with Minol Cymbals. Minol Italy just sent me, because my magic English skills, just sent me to translate his clinic here in Roma.
Okay.
And then I met Thomas the last day. I met Thomas behind the curtains before the clinic day. And we had it was like a flash. You say, oh my God, this man is just awesome. That was kind-hearted, gentleman, incredible, stellar drummer. And we could just connected, and we're still great friends. Last year, nice. In fact, he was, for me, the whole festival time, he was there for me. We make warm up together. He was nice. There. He was like, okay, let's go. You can do it. I will be there for you. That's great, great man. And he opened it for me a whole universe about techniques, about chops, about precision, about accuracy on the drums, about correct. Exactly. But the most important things, most of us drummers tend to not to build a correct routine program. He showed me how does it mean. He showed me the main importance to build up a correct routine program. So that's meaning that was for me. That was because drumming is about repetition and consistency every single day. I was
very true.
Maybe I had a very fantastic exploit, but it wasn't inconsistent. So it showed me up. What about consistent? Does it mean? He corrected my posture. I was a very bad posture before meeting Thomas. I was I was playing wrong like that.
Yeah.
I was doing like the goblin's dwarf. And the posture was everything. He showed me about the precision of your chop. Every chop has to be calibrated. It does make sense. He introduces me how to build up a solo, because I wasn't a solo drummer, because I was playing to big band. I was playing pop music 11 years ago. So I was, okay, solo, let's go. Boom, 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 boom. That was not like that. Yeah.
Let's hope it's going to go well. Yeah, gotcha. But this is so right. And actually, Thomas Lang is obviously one of the best ever. So the way he structured himself, it must be like completely 11 out of 10. Actually, it's so important to have a nice structure, to structure your practice with your goals, your current skills, whatever, which is incredibly difficult, by the way. But to build a really nice, solid program that makes sense and that you're going to repeat every single day for a long amount of time to get the result that you want, whatever result you want that to be. So this is so important and so difficult, actually, if you really think about it, because it's easy to go all over the place, right? But to structure...
Exactly. It's easy to go over there. Yeah, over to hit everything you have under your chin. You're gonna hit everything, but it's not like that. No. It's like the contest you are playing in, because what do they are asking you to do at the very right moment to get a job into music. It's like I can play some timpani things into when I'm recording into pop music recording. That's crazy. Most of us tends to do something like that. For example. A stupid example, but I'm talking about 11 years ago, not right now.
Of course, there was a gap.
Yeah, we had
like a huge gap.
An increase.
Of course.
Exactly.
Of course.
For example, in 2011, I wasn't like that. I was more was something like getting crazy with something. I'm actually getting crazy with linear concept. I love linear concepts, but I tend to put the linear concepts wherever they didn't make sense. Yeah, there's too much, too many notes, no breathing, no contrast, no space. There are a bunch of notes, an incredible bunch of notes.
As much as possible, as fast as possible, as loud as possible.
Exactly.
It can easily be that, but that's not the definition of a drum solo, obviously. So, but this is really difficult. This is very difficult to structure it out and to be musical with it, basically. So that's awesome. So these are two fantastic drum teacher or mentor that you just mentioned right there. So that's really, really, really cool. Regarding your EP, is this your composition, or you guys are composing with the band? Because I'm trying to go with. I want to touch a little bit of everything, because there's a last one.
There's a
lot of stuff. Not little. There's a
lot of stuff coming up. It's coming up from my ideas. I composed. Latin. I'm not a composer, but there was my original idea, and I developed them with my two musicians I performed with since 2020, the PDB trio. The same that I recorded with to put together the tracks I played on Ralph Angelillo stage. They're the same one. And we are developing some concepts, and we are adding some guests. So I added a great bass guy coming from Genoa, here in Italy. So I think a great piano player. So I'm now choosing the guests, and we are developing some new ideas and trying to put together all the fantastic things I learned worldwide.
Nice. And you guys are going to go on tour after that? You have dates?
I don't know. I don't know, because I'm not a touring girl right now, because I'm more like TV recorder, TV recording. I'm more into TV, so I have to many stay at home. But I hope to restart touring again. Why not?
That's the beauty of music, right? You have loads of options, and you can do whatever you want. If you can manage the schedule somehow, you can do so many different things. Giulia, it's Giulia, right? I pronounce it correctly, right? Giulia.
Yes.
Thank you so much again for your time. Unfortunately, I can talk with you for another 3 hours easily, but unfortunately, it gotta comes to an end at some point. So, but thank you so much for your time. But before we end up the interview, if someone wants to reach out for you, whether for an online lesson, in-person lesson, for a tour, for a track, for whatever, how can people reach out to you?
People reach out me via Facebook, like Giulia and C Lazzarino, or via my YouTube channel, always the same, Giulia and C Lazzarino. And you can find me out of the web, but mainly on tour or worldwide, because I love to travel. Music just led me to travel and to meet all of you guys. I hope to see you soon. In person.
Likewise.
And that's it.
Likewise. Actually, I'm in the Canary Islands, so it's not far off from Italy. So it's very likely
it's not so far.
It's not so far. It's not, and I travel.
They're not so far.
Not so far. So it's cool. Very easy. It's very easy to organize something, a trip to Italy.
Cool.
Very easy. So
cool.
Brilliant. So yeah, you guys follow Giulia on Facebook, YouTube. She's loads of videos. Actually, I was looking at your YouTube channel, so loads of material, great drumming material. So give her a shout out.
I hope you like it.
I do. It was great. It was great stuff. Great playing.
Thank you.
Really love you playing. Really nice. Really cool. So
if you want to see, oh sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Leg.
Of course.
Dumb leg.
Of course.
If you want to see the Canadian Ralph Angelillo Canadian video playing, because I was hosted by Drumfills, like the otherwise artist, you can check it out by my page. Giulia and Lazzarino is the mainly post. You open my Facebook page, you can see the whole 3 tracks, the whole performing, or on the Drumfills channel you type Giulia Lazzarino and you can find me on their channel.
Brilliant. So guys, go check it out on her page, on the Drumfills page channel. So there you go. So Giulia, once again, thank you very much for your time. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and hope to see you in person soon in 2024. And thank you again. And
I hope it too. Thanks for your time. Merry Christmas.
Welcome. Thanks to you. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, so that was Giulia Lazzarino from Italy, from Rome, directly from Rome. Hope you enjoyed the interview, so don't forget to check her out on Facebook, on YouTube, and don't forget to check out all the DFK's pages, which is the website, drumfillskafé.com, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. So you guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks for your time, and see you real soon. Bye-bye.